Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, we are talking about some fragrances that I cannot wait to wear this holiday season. Now, these are fragrances that I'm excited to wear this Thanksgiving in particular. However, no matter where you live in the world, no matter what you celebrate, I think these are amazing fragrances for this time of year. So if you're interested in hearing what these fragrances are, then please keep watching. Hey friend, welcome back. I am so happy you decided to spend some time in your day over here with me. And before we jump in, I just want to say thank you to those of you who clicked on the thumbnail and may be new here. On this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle here and there. So if any of those things pique your interest, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you here, and also turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. Today's video is going to be a mix of fragrances. I have a couple of niche fragrances and I have a few Arabian fragrances. So this first one is an Arabian fragrance. This is by Fragrance World. This is Caramel Macchiato. And this is one, y'all, that I cannot wait to bring out this holiday season. It has been marinating, it has been macerating, cooking, whatever you want to call it. This one's just been sitting pretty, waiting for me to pull it out this holiday season. I was waiting for this time of year in particular because of some of the notes. In short, this one smells like a holiday treat. It smells so delicious. So good. When I first got this fragrance to my nose, it smelled like a spiced cookie, and I still feel like it smells like a spiced cookie, kind of like a spiced sugar cookie. Those are the vibes with this fragrance. Now, this fragrance does have dates, and so for some, it might remind you of Lattafa's Khamra. So I do want to point that out. Now, I don't own the original Khamra. I only own Kawa, but I have read that some people think this smells similar. To my nose though, it smells like a spiced holiday treat. This fragrance is also supposed to have a coffee note, but to my nose, this doesn't smell like a dark coffee, and that may be why this smells like a spiced holiday treat. This has a cappuccino note. It also has a caramel note. So this one has the dates in the opening, the cappuccino, the caramel, so it's definitely very edible smelling, but this one doesn't go too far in the gourmand direction. I feel like this fragrance is very well balanced. This does have other notes like cedarwood, which give it like this more grown-up feel, and then it also has patchouli, but the patchouli in here is not prominent to my nose anyway. And then this has vanilla and amber, so this just smells so delicious, and I cannot wait to wear this around Thanksgiving. This one, y'all, is so yummy. So yummy. I love it. I think that Triple Traders now carries this fragrance and it is in stock. So I will try and link it down below for you wherever I can find it. But again, this is Caramel Macchiato by Fragrance World. So speaking of spiced cookie, this next one puts me in the mind of a tray of holiday cookies. Whatever holiday cookies come to mind when you think about a tray of holiday cookies, let your imagination run wild. That is what this fragrance smells like. This fragrance smells like happiness, like coziness, smiles, hugs, all of the feelings that we tend to associate with a happy holiday celebration. This is Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit. Ginger Biscuit is a fragrance that I blind bought, and because of that, I wasn't sure if I was actually going to enjoy it. But when I got it, I was pleasantly surprised, and for me, it worked out. It was great. Now, I know that some people were disappointed by this fragrance, and there are mixed reviews on this fragrance. I think it worked out for me because although I wasn't sure what to expect, I had watched a few reviews and I went ahead and picked it up with an open mind. So if you are going to blind buy this fragrance, blind buy it with an open mind and make sure that you are aware of the return policy wherever you end up purchasing this fragrance from. But for me, this is one that I absolutely love. This one smells like happiness in a bottle. It is so good. This is not nearly as sweet as caramel macchiato, but still gives like this spiced feel. So they do describe this as smelling like a ginger snap. And if you've ever had a ginger snap, you know that it is very thin, crispy, and it definitely tastes like ginger. So if you don't enjoy ginger, just know that this is a very ginger forward fragrance. What I love about this one is it strikes a really good balance between smelling edible and sweet, but not being nauseatingly sweet. So this one is not an overly sweet fragrance whatsoever to my nose. Instead, to my nose, this one does have a little bit of sweetness, but it's mostly like this very buttery, velvety, spicy, sort of sweet, savory, leaning more towards savory type of fragrance. So again, I think of a shortbread cookie that's a little bit dry and dense, but not overly sweet. And then it is spiced with ginger and all of those wonderful holiday spices. So think of pumpkin spice when you think about this one. This one opens up with that ginger, but it also has this cinnamon and nutmeg, very popular holiday spices. And then this has a hazelnut at the mid, as well as a caramel. And then at the base, you have vanilla and tonka bean. So again, this fragrance is a little bit of everything. I love that it's not overly sweet. It's warm, spicy, it's vanillic, it's a little nutty, it has that caramel for a little bit of sticky sweetness. Very, very beautiful holiday fragrance. I did a video all about this fragrance. I will link it here so that you can hear more of my thoughts, but this is Ginger Biscuit by Jo Malone. Speaking of fragrances that are warm, spicy, that feel like a hug, that give off sweet and nutty, and all of the warm and holiday feels, Sweet Heaven by Gulf Orchid does exactly that. This one gives all of the holiday feels, and it also has a little bit of a boozy character to it. In my opinion, this is an Angel Share dupe, but this one is sweeter. It's a little bit sweeter, a little less dry than Angel Share, and this one feels a little bit lighter and brighter for the holiday season. I know that Angel Share has a boozy note. There is no boozy note in this fragrance, so that could be why. Although this has a boozy character, it's not quite as deep and dark and bold as the original. Now, this fragrance does have very similar accords. So you have a warm, spicy, and a woody feel in this fragrance. This one does feel very resinous and warm, but what I love about this one is it's a little bit more sweet. So this one opens up with cacao, and then there is an amber, a cashmere wood at the mid, and a myrrh. So you have a resinous and balsamic feel to this fragrance. It feels very rich and almost sticky sweet. And then you have tonka, vanilla, sandalwood, and musk at the base. So a very beautifully balanced fragrance, perfect for this time of year. This one, y'all, is affordable, but it smells elevated. It smells very high quality. So if you are on a budget and you want that Angel Share DNA, that Angel Share feel, try this one. This is a really, really nice dupe of Angel Share in my opinion. When I smell this one, oh, it smells very sweet and rich, almost like liquid gold with spices. And this one is unisex. I feel like anyone can wear it, but it leans a little bit more feminine to my nose than Angel Share. So this is one I would easily wear over Angel Share if I had to pick between the two. And this is the perfect holiday scent because it gives all of those holiday feels, the spice, the nuttiness, the creaminess, the sweetness. But this also feels very grown up and very bold because it does have that myrrh and that amber and the sandalwood. So this is a very, very nice fragrance, y'all. Wonderful, wonderful smelling fragrance, one that I cannot wait to wear this holiday season. I don't know, it's going to be really hard to pick my Thanksgiving fragrance, so more than likely I'm probably going to end up layering fragrances because y'all, this Thanksgiving lineup is amazing. It's gonna be too hard to pick my Thanksgiving fragrance. So anywho, this is Sweet Heaven by Gulf Orchid. The next fragrance I have here is a new one, and I have been raving about this one nonstop. If you're all caught up on my videos, you know just how much I love this one. This is Artisan Ethnique by Lattafa. So I will not spend too much time talking about this one. Just know that in my opinion, this one smells like the most decadent and delicious pastry. And when I think of Thanksgiving, I think of all of those delicious, warm, spicy pastries. And this fragrance encapsulates Thanksgiving pastries in a bottle. But this fragrance is so much more. So please go and watch my previous videos where I've talked about this one because it is amazing. Artisan Ethnique has all of those familiar holiday notes and scents and accords and spices. It opens up with a rum note. There's cinnamon in the opening. Then you have coffee, cacao, and caramel at the mid. Then you have vanilla and tonka bean at the base. There is labdanum at the base. So as you can see from the notes, this fragrance is perfect for the holidays because it has all of those familiar holiday smells that we know and love that give us the ultimate warm and fuzzy feels. And I think that's probably why I've been drawn to this one so much, is because it puts me in such a good mood because of all of those familiar and comforting notes. So this is Artisan Ethnique by Lattafa. This next one is the quintessential warm, fuzzy, comforting, and nostalgic holiday fragrance. This is Jany by Sora Dora. Y'all, I have waited for what seems like an eternity to bring this fragrance back out. I could not wait to bring this one back out. I purchased it last year, did a video on it and everything, and I wore it nonstop last holiday season. And I don't see that changing at all this holiday season. This is going to be in a heavy rotation for me because it's just so wonderful. Wow, this one smells so amazing. So amazing. This is so good. This one is one of the more edible smelling fragrances I've shown today. This one smells like literal apple pie. So if you do not want to smell like literal apple pie, this one may not be for you. But for me, this is perfection in a bottle. When I want to smell like a spiced apple pastry, but make it polished, make it elevated, make it very grown up, this is what I'm pulling out. This one has all of the notes listed all together, so the way in which you'll experience the notes will differ from person to person, but there is a puff pastry and apple pie pastry in this fragrance, cinnamon. This one has caramel. It has some nuts in it. There's apricot in it. There's plum and peach. A little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel. There's an osmanthus note in here. There's a little bit of musk. So lots going on in this fragrance. But to my nose, what's most prominent is that puff pastry accord, the cinnamon and the caramel, and this does smell ever so subtly powdery to me as it begins to dry down. Those are some of the main things that I pick up. It's been a while since I've picked this bottle up, so I will be wearing it and just kind of reacquainting myself with it again this holiday season. But y'all, this is just perfection. Like Artisan Ethnique, this one gives pastry and spices and sweet, creamy, sticky goodness. And I also think that similar to Ginger Biscuit, you either hate this one or you love it because it is very photorealistic. It smells like food. I do think this one is sweeter than Ginger Biscuit, much sweeter. I think the sweetness level might be somewhere between the sweetness level in Artisan Ethnique and Sweet Heaven. So this one is pretty sweet as well. I cannot wait to wear this. When I smell this one, it makes me happy. It makes me feel comforted. It feels like a hug. And although this one is a pricey one, it was worth every penny in my opinion. This is Jany by Sora Dora. All right, friend, thank you so much for still being here. I appreciate you and I appreciate your time so much. If you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, or if it put a smile on your face, don't forget to give it a like on your way out because that helps my channel continue to grow and reach other fragrance lovers. If you're here and you love a good fragrance video, some fragrance chat, I make quite a bit of fragrance content on the channel, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss another video. Before I go, I want to remind you that you have a part to play in your perspective, the way that you see things, so the way that you receive and process information. If you don't like what you're seeing in your environment, if you're not happy with the things that you're hearing and seeing on a daily basis, you have the power to change either your perspective or your environment. That may look like turning off social media for an extended period of time. That may look like taking a a moment to separate yourself from the crowd and sit by yourself and reflect on the things that you're grateful for. Really practice gratitude. That may look like stopping to smell the roses. Maybe you just go, 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 and you never really stop to really just appreciate life. Whatever that looks like for you today, you have the power to change what you're seeing, what your environment looks like, what you're surrounded by. So I just wanted to remind you of that today. Do whatever you need to do to make sure that you're in the best headspace possible, that you're approaching life with your absolute best every day, and that you're seeing things in a way that gives you joy each and every day. I am a firm believer in changing my environment to help me be the best version, the most productive version of myself possible. And some days that looks like not logging on to any social media whatsoever. Other days that looks like spending more time with God, spending more time journaling, spending some time outside, playing with my kids outside, practicing gratitude and thanking God for the things that I have. That looks like getting in a good workout. I love working out at home or going to my solid core classes. I'll put on some positive, uplifting music, whether that be worship music or some Bob Marley because my kids love Bob Marley. Whatever it looks like. Sometimes hubby will buy me flowers and sometimes I'll buy flowers just to look at something beautiful inside the house. When I wake up in the morning, all of the curtains are open because I want that sunlight inside the house. Some days I'll have to say no to certain conversations, no to certain outings, no to hanging out. And some days the answer is yes to hanging out and having certain conversations. My point is to do what you have to do to be in the best headspace possible each and every day so that you can function as your best self. I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.